So in comparison to previous projects, we did things a little bit differently, but honestly, I really like this format and the collaborative, efforts that we got to do, but also the writing format as well. I think it was a really good experience to actually talk to other people in a group about what sources we were, kind of using and what we wanted to talk about, but also having the creative freedom to write our own essay. And I think that's a really nice, kind of addition to the system. I'd also say it showed me kind of the diversity of what people were looking for as far as sources, and actually gave me some better ideas as to what I should look for. For example, I ended up looking for a YouTube video about the topic, which I previously probably would have never done if I hadn't seen Dylan's sources. So that was pretty cool and something that I found to be really beneficial to me, when I was writing my essay and trying to find my sources. I definitely really enjoyed this research project a lot more than I thought I would because it touched on a topic that I didn't know much about, and it honestly informed me about something that I probably should care about and really should, know a lot more about, which obviously for me was healthcare in prisons. Now I'm actually going into the medical field, and that's kind of what my major is centered around. So getting more information about different aspects of the system and how I might be able to possibly help in the future was really interesting, and honestly a really good experience overall. Honestly, the biggest challenge for me in this project was trying to keep it within the page limit, and obviously I went way over, as always. But honestly, I'm really happy with the essay I ended up putting together, and I think that it touches on a lot of what you were looking for, hopefully. I'm really hoping. I think if I would do anything differently, it would be to cut down and talk more about different aspects of the healthcare system. I kind of focus on mental health in the public's opinion, but that's really what a lot of my sources kind of centered around. But I'm assuming that there's probably a lot concerning things like other illnesses outside of the ones that I had mentioned, like mental health. And I also touched a little bit on COVID-19 and things like that. To be honest, I wasn't too keen on the new peer review system. I actually did it the old way. Not realizing that there was a new system, as I said in the Zoom today. But I think in using the questions that you provided to guide that kind of, review system, I think that would be the most effective way for us to use it. But you listing out the criteria for us of what you want us to peer review on the other person's paper, I think is a really good idea, and something that definitely I'm going to take into account when I'm reviewing my next paper, because as I said, I completely just did not do that this time, which was something that was my bad on my part. But yeah, other than that, kind of as a closing statement, I actually really did find a lot of good help in the Cap Studios review that I did this time. The person that I had reviewing my paper actually had a lot of good things to say and gave me a lot of insight that I don't think I can only apply to this paper, but just general writing advice that I think I'll take into account, especially when writing my other papers, because she really touched on some issues that I find myself having a lot of time when writing, and she kind of had a similar writing style to me, so she kind of knew how to fix those things. But all in all, I really actually enjoyed this project, like I said, a lot more than I thought, and I'm looking forward to doing the next project. Hopefully we could do, the same collaborative kind of efforts with the sources and everything, because like I said, that really helped me. But anyways, that's about all I have to say. So, yeah.